The Mango Tree Legacy. In the heart of a quiet Bangladeshi village, nestled between fields of golden paddy and the winding paths of red earth, stood an ancient mango tree. No one knew exactly how old it was, but it had always been there, weathered by storms, whispered to by birds, and rooted deeply in the soil and memory of one family, the family of Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim was a tall, soft-spoken man known for his gentle demeanor and his storytelling. He was born in the shadow of that mango tree, as was his father before him, and his grandfather before that. The villagers often said the mango tree was the family's first ancestor. Karim lived in a modest tin-roofed home with his wife, Rokia, and their 3 children, Salma, Rafiq, and little Jamil. Life in the village was simple. Karim farmed the land, grew rice and lentils, and during the mango season, the tree bore hundreds of golden, sweet-smelling fruits that were famous across 3 villages. People would come just to taste the mangoes from Karim's tree. But it wasn't just the sweetness of the mangoes that made the tree special. It was the stories it carried, of birth, love, war, and resilience. A legacy of roots. Karim's grandfather, Mullah Hossein, had planted the seed when he returned from Kolkata in the 1920s. He had gone to study, to dream, but came back broken by the loss of his wife during childbirth. He brought home the seed of a mango he and his wife had shared one summer in a park by the Hooghly River. Planting that seed was his way of mourning, of remembering, of anchoring himself. The tree grew slowly, but with strength. As the family grew, so did the tree. Hossein's son, Karim's father, was born the year the first flower bloomed on its branches. It was a sign, they said, that the child would bring fortune. And fortune he did. Karim's father became a schoolteacher, the first literate man in the family. He believed in books the way his father believed in prayer. He would often sit under the mango tree, reading aloud to Karim, who would lie in the grass and dream of stories filled with magic, betrayal, and courage. But even the most magical trees and families are not immune to suffering. Storms that shook the branches. The Liberation War came like a firestorm in 1971. Karim was a young man then, just 17, filled with anger and idealism. He wanted to fight. His father begged him not to, but Karim slipped away one night with a few other village boys. He spent the next 8 months living in the swamps and jungles, learning how to fire a gun, treat the wounded, and navigate fear. He lost his closest friend, Shaheen, to a bullet in Kushtia. That day, Karim buried his friend beneath a banyan tree and placed a mango leaf in his shirt pocket. When the war ended, Karim returned home, hardened but alive. The mango tree was still there, branches heavy with fruit, and his father, older, friendlier, hugged him without saying a word. The war changed Karim. He no longer dreamed of leaving the village or becoming a city man. He had seen too much. He wanted peace, soil, and family. So he married Rokia, a shy girl from a neighboring village who loved to hum Tagore songs and bake rice cakes with coconut filling. Fruit and struggles. The years rolled by. Karim's children grew under the mango tree's shade. Salma, the eldest, had her mother's quiet strength. Rafiq, bold and curious, often climbed the tree despite being told not to. Once, he fell and broke his arm. He cried not from the pain, but because the fall had knocked down 3 unripe mangoes. Jamil, the youngest, was different. He was quieter, more thoughtful. He would sit by the tree and sketch its branches for hours, saying he wanted to become an artist. Trees remember, he once told his father. They don't speak, but they keep everything inside. Despite their closeness, life wasn't always kind. One year, floods wiped out half the crops. Another year, Karim fell ill with typhoid and couldn't work for months. Rokia sold her jewelry to pay for his medicine. Salma gave up her dream of going to college so Rafiq could study engineering in Dhaka. But they endured. Every hardship was softened by the comfort of togetherness, the promise of the mango harvest, and the laughter that echoed beneath its leafy boughs. A new generation. In 2012, Salma got married and moved to Kumala. Rafiq landed a job in an IT firm in Dhaka. He came home only twice a year but never forgot to bring gifts, books for Jamil, silk saris for his mother, and money for his father. Jamil eventually won a scholarship to study fine arts in Chittagong. Kareem grew older. His hair turned silver, and his back curved from decades of bending over crops. Yet, every morning, he would still walk out to the mango tree with a cup of tea and sit beneath it, touching its bark like an old friend. One monsoon night, lightning struck the tree. A loud crack woke the entire village. When the family rushed out, they found the main branch split but the trunk still standing. Rain poured down, as if the sky were weeping. Kareem didn't sleep that night. "She's hurt," he whispered to Rokia. "But she's alive." The next morning, Jamil painted the scene, the wounded tree against a stormy sky. He titled it "She Still Stands." The Final Harvest. In 2018, Kareem fell seriously ill. Cancer, the doctors said. It had spread. Rafiq tried to bring him to Dhaka for better treatment, but Kareem refused. "I want to stay home," he said, "and die under the tree that has outlived war, flood, and fire." During his final days, the entire family gathered. Salma came with her 2 children. Jamil took leave from his art gallery job. Rafiq set up a small hospital bed in the open veranda facing the mango tree. One afternoon, as golden light filtered through the leaves, Kareem called his children. "This tree is more than wood and leaves," he said. "It is your history. Your inheritance. Don't let it die. No matter where you go, what you become, remember the soil, the roots." He passed away that night, holding Rokia's hand, while the mango blossoms rustled gently in the breeze. After Kareem, Rokia lived another 5 years. During that time, the siblings took turns visiting, caring for her, and preserving the house and the tree. Jamil moved back permanently and turned the house into a cultural retreat, Mango Shade Studio, where artists came to write, paint, and remember. Rafiq funded a library in the village in their father's name. Salma started a small scholarship fund for village girls who wanted to pursue college. The mango tree kept bearing fruit. Every season, they gathered for a family picnic beneath its shade. The children played, the adults laughed, and the air smelled of sweet, sun-ripened mangoes. One of Jamil's most famous paintings, now hanging in a gallery in Dhaka, is titled Under the Mango Tree. It shows an old man telling a story to children beneath a vast tree, its roots spreading into the ground and its branches glowing like gold. The roots remain. Years passed. The village changed, paved roads replaced dirt paths, mobile towers dotted the horizon, and tractors rumbled through the fields. But the mango tree remained. It had scars from storms, hollows from age, and memories in every ring of wood. But it still stood, tall, proud, fruitful. And beneath its shade, generations of Abdul Karim's family still gathered. They shared stories of love and war, hardship and joy, past and future. Because some trees aren't just trees. They're legacies.